The heavy wooden door burst open. Every head in the conference room turned. Mr. Henrik van der Berg, one of the richest men in Europe, stopped speaking mid-sentence. His face turned red with anger. Nobody ever interrupted his business meetings. Standing in the doorway was a 12-year-old girl in a worn-out school uniform. Her braided hair was pulled back neatly. Her dark eyes were calm and serious. She looked straight at the millionaire without blinking. "Excuse me, sir," she said in perfect English, "but you're about to lose $50 million because of a lie." The room exploded with noise. 5 angry men in expensive suits jumped from their chairs. "Security!" shouted Mr. Thompson, the hotel manager. His face was purple. "Get this child out of here now." "Who let her in?" screamed Mr. Williams, the assistant manager. "Where's her mother? I'll fire that woman today." But Mr. van der Berg raised one hand. Everyone went silent. The millionaire's cold blue eyes studied the girl carefully. He had not become rich by ignoring unexpected warnings. "Wait," he said quietly. His Dutch accent was thick. "What lie?" The girl walked forward without fear. She pointed at the papers spread across the table. "Your translator is wrong, sir. That contract doesn't say what he told you it says." The translator, a thin man with glasses named Gerald, laughed nervously. "This is ridiculous. I've been translating Dutch for 20 years. Who is this child?" "My name is Lana Santos," the girl said, "and you just told Mr. van der Berg that Section 7 gives him full control over the hotel profits for 5 years. But that's not what the Dutch words mean." Gerald's face went pale. That's exactly what it says." "No," Lana replied calmly. She picked up the contract and read aloud in perfect Dutch. The words flowed like music from her mouth. Then she translated. "Section 7 actually says the hotel profits will be divided equally between both companies. You're signing away half your money, Mr. van der Berg." Gerald changed the words to trick you. The room went dead silent. Mr. van der Berg snatched the contract. His eyes moved quickly across the Dutch text. His jaw tightened. His hands began to shake. "Mein God," he whispered. "She's right." Gerald jumped up, knocking his chair over. "She's lying. This is some kind of setup. I would never." "Get out," Mr. van der Berg said coldly. "You're fired. I'll have my lawyers contact you about criminal charges." Gerald ran from the room like a scared rabbit. Mr. Thompson's eyes were bulging. He looked at Lana like she was a ghost. How you speak Dutch?" "I speak 6 languages, actually," Lana said. "Dutch, English, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and German. My mother taught me." "Your mother?" Mr. Williams laughed meanly. "Your mother is Conceição, the cleaning lady. That woman barely finished high school." Lana's calm expression didn't change, but her eyes became hard as stones. "My mother has a master's degree in literature. She speaks 5 languages fluently. She's written 3 books. But you've kept her cleaning toilets for 8 years because of the color of her skin. That's enough." Mr. Thompson slammed his fist on the table. "You can't speak to us like that. You're just a child. Your mother will be fired for this disruption." "Actually," Lana said softly, "you're going to want to hear what I have to say, because I've been watching all of you for 2 years, and I know everything." Mr. van der Berg leaned forward in his chair. His eyes were sharp and interested. "Go on." Lana pulled a folder from her school bag. It was thick with papers. "My mother sent 17 memos to management over the past 3 years. She warned you about translation problems. She caught mistakes in German contracts, French correspondence, and Spanish agreements. She could have saved this company millions of dollars. But you threw every single memo in the trash. That's because she's a cleaning lady." Mr. Williams shouted, "We don't take business advice from the cleaning staff, even when they're more qualified than you." Lana asked. Her voice was sweet, but her words cut like knives. "My mother has more education than anyone in this room except Mr. van der Berg. You ignored her because she's a black Brazilian woman who mops your floors. You thought she was stupid. You were wrong." Mr. Thompson's face was bright red. "Listen here, you little—" "Let her speak," Mr. van der Berg commanded. He was watching Lana like a hawk watches a mouse. But there was something else in his eyes now. Respect. Lana opened her folder. Last March, you lost a deal with a Japanese company. The contract had a mistake in the dates. My mother saw it and wrote a memo. You ignored her. You lost $8 million. She pulled out a paper. It was a memo in neat handwriting, signed by Conceição Santos. The date was clear. Last July, you almost lost a French partnership because someone confused livraison with Libra. My mother corrected it in her memo. You threw it away. Then you paid a consultant $10,000 to fix the exact same problem my mother had already solved for free. Another paper. Another memo. Last October. Enough! Mr. Thompson shouted. This is fantasy. A child's imagination. Security, remove her now. 2 security guards appeared at the door. They looked uncomfortable. They knew Lana. They knew her mother. Good people don't like following bad orders. But before they could move, Lana said something that froze everyone in place. Did you know that Gerald the translator has been deliberately making small mistakes in contracts for the past 2 years? He's been working with your competitors. They pay him to sabotage your deals. I have proof. Mr. Vanderberg's face went white. Then it went red. Then it went dark like a thunderstorm. Proof. Lana pulled out a USB drive. Emails. Bank transfers. Photos of documents. Everything you need. My mother noticed a pattern 6 months ago. She tried to tell Mr. Thompson. He laughed at her and told her to get back to work. Mr. Thompson looked like he might faint. Mr. Vanderberg took the USB drive with shaking hands. He looked at Lana, really looked at her. He saw her intelligence, her courage, her burning sense of justice. Who are you really, child? I'm someone who's tired of watching my mother cry, Lana said quietly. I'm someone who's been invisible for 12 years. People like you look right through people like me and my mama. You think we're nothing. You think we're stupid. But we see everything. We hear everything. And we remember everything. She closed her folder, but she didn't put it away. This is just the beginning, Mr. Vanderberg. Would you like to know what else I've discovered? The millionaire nodded slowly. Yes, I would. Lana smiled. It wasn't a happy smile. It was a smile of someone who had been waiting a very long time for this moment. Then let me tell you about the real crimes happening in your hotel. Mr. Williams jumped to his feet. His face was twisted with rage. I've heard enough of this nonsense. Mr. Vanderberg, this child is obviously making up stories. She's just trying to protect her mother's job after this ridiculous stunt. Sit down, Williams, Mr. Vanderberg said coldly. He never took his eyes off Lana. Continue, young lady. Lana reached into her folder again. This time she pulled out a stack of papers clipped together. These are copies of emails, all sent by my mother to Mr. Thompson and Mr. Williams. She warned them about problems. She offered solutions. Look at the dates. She spread the papers on the table. Mr. Vanderberg picked up the first one. His eyes narrowed as he read. This one is from 2 years ago. Lana explained. My mother noticed that the cleaning schedule was causing problems. Important meetings were being interrupted by vacuum cleaners. She suggested a new schedule that would work better. Mr. Thompson's reply is at the bottom. Mr. Vanderberg read aloud. Conceição, stick to cleaning and leave the thinking to people who are paid to think. Your suggestions are not wanted or needed. The room was silent. Lana continued without emotion. The next email is from 18 months ago. My mother suggested hiring bilingual staff for the front desk. She explained that guests were getting frustrated trying to communicate. Mr. Williams replied. She pointed to another paper. Mr. Vanderberg read it. His face grew darker. I will not repeat what Mr. Williams wrote. It contains language I don't use. It contains racist slurs, Lana said simply. There are 47 more emails just like these. All ignored. All mocked. Some have replies that are even worse. Mr. Thompson was sweating now. Big drops rolled down his red face. Those emails were, we didn't mean it was just what? Lana asked. Just racism? Just cruelty? Just proof that you hate people who look like my mother and me. How dare you? Mr. Williams shouted. He pointed his finger at Lana like a weapon. You're nothing but a little. Careful, Mr. Vanderberg interrupted. His voice was ice. Choose your next words very carefully, Williams. Mr. Williams's mouth opened and closed like a fish. No words came out. Lana pulled out her phone. I also have recordings. Would you like to hear them, Mr. Vanderberg? Yes. Lana pressed play. Mr. Williams's voice filled the room. It was from a conversation in his office. You could hear everything clearly. I'm so sick of these cleaning people thinking they're special, the recording said. That Brazilian woman with her fancy daughter who thinks she's so smart. They're probably here illegally anyway. Someone should call immigration and have them both deported. Another voice laughed. It was Mr. Thompson. The kid's not even that smart. She probably cheats on all her tests. You know how those people are. Yeah, Williams agreed. Give them an inch and they take a mile. That's why we keep them in their place. The mother stays in the basement where she belongs. The recording stopped. The silence in the room was like a heavy blanket. Nobody moved. Nobody breathed. Mr. Williams's face had gone from red to white. That was a private conversation. You can't record people without permission. That's illegal. Actually, Lana said calmly, it's perfectly legal to record conversations in this state as long as one person knows about it. I was standing right outside your open door. I was the one person who knew. I have 17 more recordings just like this one. Mr. Thompson stood up so fast his chair fell backward. This is blackmail. You're trying to blackmail us. No, Lana said. Blackmail is when you threaten to reveal information unless someone pays you money. I don't want your money. I want justice. She pulled out a notebook. It was old and worn with a fabric cover. This is my diary. I started keeping it 2 years ago when I was 10 years old. Every day after school, I come to the hotel to wait for my mother. While I wait, I watch. I listen. I write down everything I see. She opened the diary to a marked page. March 15th, 2 years ago. Mr. Williams threw a coffee cup at my mother's head because she didn't refill it fast enough. The hot coffee burned her arm. She had to go to the emergency room. Mr. Williams wrote in the incident report that my mother had tripped and spilled coffee on herself. He made her sign it or lose her job. She turned to another page. June 22nd. Mr. Thompson told my mother she couldn't take a lunch break because there was a spill on the 3rd floor. She worked 9 hours without eating. When she asked for overtime pay, Mr. Thompson said cleaning ladies don't get overtime. Another page. September 8th. A guest complained that my mother was speaking Portuguese to another cleaning lady. Mr. Williams gave her a written warning and said, in America, we speak English. If you can't speak English properly, maybe you should go back where you came from. Page after page after page. 2 years of cruelty. 2 years of racism. 2 years of a brilliant woman being treated like garbage. Mr. Vanderberg's hands were shaking. Why didn't your mother report this to someone higher up? She did, Lana said. She pulled out more papers. She wrote 3 letters to corporate headquarters. All 3 were sent back to Mr. Thompson to handle internally. He called my mother into his office each time and threatened to fire her if she ever complained again. She has no other job options. We need the money. She had to stay quiet and take the abuse. Until you, Mr. Vanderberg said quietly, until you decided to fight back. Yes, sir. Lana's voice was steady, but her eyes were bright with emotion. My mother told me to be patient. She told me to study hard and be good. She said that someday things would be better, but I couldn't wait anymore. I couldn't watch them hurt her one more day. Mr. Williams suddenly laughed. It was a mean, nasty sound. You know what? I don't care about any of this. So, what if we didn't like your mother? So what if we said some things? It's a free country. We can say whatever we want. And you're just a little black girl with a big imagination. Nobody's going to believe you over us. He turned to Mr. Vanderberg. Sir, I apologize for this disruption. This child has clearly been watching too many movies. These accusations are fantasies. There's no real proof of anything. Oh, but there is, Lana said softly. She reached into her bag one more time. She pulled out a thick envelope. I also have photographs. Lots and lots of photographs. She spread them across the table. Photos of torn-up memos in the trash. Photos of schedule boards showing my mother working double shifts without overtime. Photos of bruises on my mother's arms. Photos of racist graffiti written on the cleaning supply closet. Photos of time card records that have been changed to steal hours from workers. And I have something else, Lana added. I have witnesses. What witnesses? Mr. Thompson demanded. Nobody saw anything. That's where you're wrong, Lana said. You think the cleaning people are invisible. You think the kitchen staff don't matter. You think the security guards are too scared to speak up. But they're not invisible. They're not silent. Not anymore. She pulled out her phone and sent a text message. 30 seconds later, the conference room door opened. 7 people walked in. They were wearing hotel uniforms. Kitchen staff, housekeeping, security, maintenance workers. Mr. Williams's face went pale. What is this? These are my allies, Lana said. Let me introduce them. She pointed to a woman with gray hair and kind eyes. This is Olga Petrov. She works in the kitchen. She has a degree in chemical engineering from Moscow University. You've had her washing dishes for 5 years. She pointed to a tall man with gentle hands. This is Carlos Mendez. He's a maintenance worker. He was a civil engineer in Venezuela. He built bridges. You have him unclogging toilets. One by one, she introduced them all. A former teacher, a former accountant, a former architect, all of them highly educated, all of them trapped in low-wage jobs because of their accents, their skin color, their foreign degrees that America refused to recognize. We've all been watching, Olga said in heavily accented English. We've all been keeping records. We've all been helping Lana. And we're all ready to testify, Carlos added. Mr. Vanderberg looked at the 7 workers. Then he looked at Lana. Why did you organize all of this? Why go to so much trouble? Lana's voice was quiet but fierce. Because someone had to. Because staying silent makes you part of the problem. Because my mother taught me that intelligence without courage is useless. And because there's something else happening here. Something much worse than racism. Mr. Vanderberg leaned forward. What? Lana smiled that dangerous smile again. That's what I'm going to show you next. Mr. Thompson's laugh was shaky and nervous. Worse than racism? What could possibly be worse? You're just trying to scare us now, little girl. I'm not trying to scare you, Lana said. She pulled out a final folder. This one was even thicker than the others. I'm trying to show Mr. Vanderberg why his hotel is losing money. Lots and lots of money. Mr. Vanderberg sat up straighter. Go on. For the past 6 months, I've been studying the hotel's payroll records. Lana explained. Every week, I watch Mr. Thompson's computer screen while I wait for my mother. He never notices me sitting in the corner by the coffee machine. To him, I'm invisible. Just another poor kid doing homework. She opened a folder and pulled out printed spreadsheets. These are copies of the payroll. I took photos with my phone and printed them at the library. Look at the names highlighted in yellow. Mr. Vanderberg took the papers. His eyes moved down the list. Maria Gonzalez, John Smith, Sarah Johnson, Robert Williams. What about them? They don't exist, Lana said simply. The room went completely silent. What do you mean they don't exist? Mr. Vanderberg demanded. I mean they're ghost employees, Lana explained. Fake names in the payroll system. Every 2 weeks, these fake people get paychecks. Real money goes into their bank accounts, but they never show up to work. They don't exist. Mr. Thompson jumped to his feet. That's insane. Those are real employees. They work different shifts. You wouldn't know them. Really? Lana pulled out more papers. Then why do Maria Gonzalez and Sarah Johnson have the same birthday? Why do they have social security numbers that are only 1 digit different? Why do all 17 Ghost employees have paychecks deposited into only 3 bank accounts? She spread photos across the table. They showed computer screens with bank account numbers. I asked Carlos to help me. He's good with computers. We tracked where the money goes. All 3 accounts belong to one person. She looked directly at Mr. Thompson. They belong to you. Mr. Thompson's face went from red to purple to white. Sweat poured down his forehead. That's a lie. I've never. $2 million, Lana interrupted. Her voice was calm and cold. Over 3 years, you've stolen $2 million from this hotel. You created fake employees. You gave them fake Social Security numbers. You paid them real salaries. And you kept all the money. Mr. Vanderberg stood up slowly. He looked at Mr. Thompson like a tiger looks at prey. Is this true? No, of course not. This child is making it up. Mr. Thompson was backing toward the door. She's a liar. Her mother probably put her up to this. They're trying to extort money from. I have the bank statements, Lana said. She pulled out more papers. Carlos printed them from your home computer. You weren't very careful with your passwords, Mr. Thompson. You used your daughter's name and birthday. That took me about 10 seconds to guess. Carlos stepped forward. He held up a USB drive. Everything is here. Bank records. Fake Social Security applications. Emails between Thompson and someone at the payroll company. All the proof you need. You hacked my computer? Mr. Thompson screamed. That's illegal. You can't use that evidence. Actually, Olga spoke up, I work in kitchen. Kitchen is next to Thompson's office. His Wi-Fi password is password 123. Anyone can access. Very bad security. Mr. Vanderberg took the USB drive. His hands were steady now, but his eyes were full of cold fury. What else? The best part, Lana said, is what Mr. Thompson planned to do if anyone discovered the missing money. He was going to blame the cleaning staff. She pulled out printed emails. These are messages between Mr. Thompson and Mr. Williams. They talk about their backup plan. If anyone noticed the payroll problems, they were going to say that my mother and other cleaning ladies had access to computers. They were going to say we stole the money. Mr. Williams had been quiet, but now he burst out, that's smart business. I mean, that's not, we never. He was trapped by his own words. Smart business is fraud? Mr. Vanderberg asked quietly. Smart business is theft? Smart business is framing innocent people? Mr. Williams's mouth opened and closed, but no more words came out. Lana wasn't finished. Mr. Thompson also charged the hotel for services that were never provided. Fake repairs, fake maintenance contracts, fake security upgrades. I have invoices for a new fire alarm system that was never installed. Bills for roof repairs that never happened. Payments for cleaning supplies that were never delivered. She pulled out invoice after invoice. Some of these companies don't even exist. Mr. Thompson created them himself. He built a hotel, approved his own fake invoices, and transferred the money to his secret accounts. Another $800,000. Mr. Vanderberg's face was like stone. How did you find all of this? I had help, Lana said. She gestured to her 7 allies. Olga works in accounting sometimes when they need extra help. She noticed strange patterns in the invoices. Carlos works maintenance and knew the roof repairs never happened. Maria worked security and saw that the camera system was never upgraded even though bills were paid. Everyone saw something small. Together, we saw everything. We are invisible people, Olga said. But invisible people see everything. We are ghosts who watch other ghosts. The ghost employees who steal money. Mr. Thompson suddenly ran for the door. He was fast for a big man, but the security guards were faster. They grabbed his arms and held him tight. Let me go. Mr. Thompson shouted. I'll sue. I'll have your jobs. All of you will be fired, deported, arrested. The only person getting arrested is you, Mr. Vanderberg said coldly. He pulled out his phone. I'm calling the police right now. Mr. Williams dropped to his knees. Actual tears ran down his face. Please, Mr. Vanderberg, I didn't know about the money. Thompson handled all the finances. I just didn't like the cleaning staff. That's not a crime. Discrimination is absolutely a crime, Mr. Vanderberg replied. And conspiracy to commit fraud is also a crime. You helped Thompson create the backup plan to frame innocent people. That makes you an accomplice. He made the phone call. Police were coming. Mr. Vanderberg turned to Lana. He studied her for a long moment. This 12-year-old girl with old eyes. This child who had outsmarted corrupt adults. This invisible person who had seen everything. You have an IQ of 165, he said. It wasn't a question. Yes, sir, Lana replied. I was tested when I was 7. The school said I was gifted, but we couldn't afford special programs. So I just studied on my own. Your mother has a master's degree in literature and speaks 5 languages. Yes, sir. She graduated top of her class in Brazil. She came to America for a better life. Instead, she found people like Mr. Thompson and Mr. Williams. Mr. Vanderberg was quiet for a moment. Then he did something unexpected. He smiled. It was a real smile, warm and genuine. How would you and your mother like to work for me? He asked. Lana's eyes went wide. Work for you? I need someone I can trust to manage this hotel, Mr. Vanderberg explained. Someone brilliant, someone honest, someone who sees what others miss. Your mother will be the new general manager. You will be her special assistant. You'll finish school, of course, but you'll work here every day after classes. I'll pay for your education. College, graduate school, whatever you need. Lana couldn't speak. Her throat was tight with emotion. For the first time in 2 years, tears filled her eyes. And your friends, Mr. Vanderberg continued, looking at the 7 workers. Olga, you'll head the accounting department. Carlos, you'll be director of maintenance and engineering. All of you will have positions that match your real qualifications. Real salaries. Real respect. Olga started crying. Carlos covered his face with his hands. The others hugged each other. The conference room door opened. Conceição Santos rushed in. She had heard the commotion. She saw the police cars outside. She saw her daughter standing at the front of the room, surrounded by important men in suits. Lana, she whispered. What's happening? Lana ran to her mother and hugged her tight. We won, Mama, she said softly. We won. Conceição looked confused. Won what? Mr. Vanderberg stepped forward. He extended his hand to Conceição. Mrs. Santos, I'm Henrik Vanderberg. I own this hotel. I owe you an enormous apology. You have been treated with terrible cruelty and injustice. That ends today. I'd like to offer you the position of general manager, if you'll accept. Conceição's legs went weak. Lana held her up. General manager? She whispered. Your daughter just saved my company millions of dollars, Mr. Vanderberg explained. She exposed fraud, corruption, and theft. She did it with intelligence, courage, and remarkable patience. She learned those qualities from you. I want people like you running my hotels. People with integrity. People with compassion. People who see the value in everyone, not just people who look like them. Conceição started crying. She hugged Lana, so tight that Lana could barely breathe. Years of pain and humiliation and fear poured out in those tears. But there were also tears of joy, of hope, of justice finally arriving. The police came and took Mr. Thompson and Mr. Williams away in handcuffs. They were shouting and cursing, but nobody listened. Their time of power was over. As they were let out, Mr. Vanderberg turned to Lana one final time. He looked at this remarkable child who had changed everything, and he asked her the question that had been on his mind since the moment she burst through the door. Lana, he said seriously, I have hotels in 15 countries. I need someone young, brilliant, and brave to help me make sure this never happens again in any of my properties. Someone to be my eyes and ears. Someone who sees what others miss. When you finish university, would you consider working as my Director of Justice and Equality? Lana looked up at him. She thought about being invisible for 12 years. She thought about watching her mother cry. She thought about all the other invisible people in the world who were just waiting for someone to see them. She smiled. Yes, sir. I would be honored. Mr. Vanderberg nodded. Good, because the world needs more people like you. People who refuse to be invisible. People who fight for what's right, even when it's hard, even when it's scary. He paused, then asked one more question. The real question, the most important question. Lana Santos, what do you want to be when you grow up? Lana didn't hesitate. Her answer was clear and strong and full of purpose. I want to be someone who makes sure that no child ever has to watch their mother cry the way I watched mine. I want to be someone who sees invisible people and makes them visible. I want to be someone who fights for justice, no matter how powerful the enemy. That's what I want to be. Mr. Vanderberg extended his hand. Lana shook it firmly. Then that's exactly what you'll become, he promised. Welcome to your new life. And in that moment, everything changed. The invisible girl became visible. The silenced voice became heard. The underestimated child became unstoppable. Justice had arrived at the Grand Plaza Hotel, and it had arrived wearing a worn-out school uniform and carrying a folder full of truth. If this story touched your heart, inspired you, or made you believe that one person can make a difference, please share, and subscribe. Share Lana's story with someone who needs to hear that their voice matters. Because somewhere out there, there's another invisible person waiting to be seen. And your share might be exactly what they need to find their courage. Drop a comment below. What would you do if you were Lana? Have you ever felt invisible? Let's talk about it.